Hi Virgo, welcome. So Virgo, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages and then I'm going to go into the you versus them. I'm time stamping this November because that's when I'm recording it, but I just trust that this finds you when it's for you. My readings are timeless. All right, so let's get into it and see, Virgo. It's kind of a busy energy that I felt when I sat in the meditation, and we do have a holiday coming up here in the US. So, it always feels like things like speed up at this point of time in the year, if you know what I mean. It's like, I don't know, as soon as we hit November, it's right to January. So you might be feeling that push. You might be feeling the energy speed up. I was getting messages about money, interestingly enough, when I was sitting in the meditation, specifically the song, money, 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 money. So, that might be what's highlighted right now, how you're making your money, budgeting your money, just the topic of money in general, right? A lot of people feel strapped around this time of year as well. Hopefully you're not one of them, but if so, this reading may actually help you, right? Move the dial a little bit when it comes to allowing abundance and finances to improve in your life. So let's see what we have coming through. You have the 9th house of seeking, Virgo. So this is all about adventure, travel, being open to new ideas. It does talk about your aspirations, your dreams, your goals. And, sometimes people really have a hard time figuring out like what their natural talents are, but all of us are born with an innate and natural talent. It's just that some of us haven't quite honed in on it and others of us kind of know it from an early age. So I don't know if I have some late bloomer Virgos joining me today, or even if you are one of the lucky ones who knew right away, you still might be able to take something from this. But it's like the one way to figure out, Virgo, where the money is at is to ask yourself where you're naturally drawn to. Like, what topics are you naturally drawn to? What are you naturally interested in? What naturally inspires you? If nobody's forcing you to do anything and you could put your focus on any topic of interest, what would that topic be? Because likely there is something tied to that, okay? And, people want to say, well, maybe whatever I am wanting to do is ridiculous or out of reach. And I say, there's nothing that is ridiculous and out of reach, y'all. I mean, for Pete's sakes, people are making money on OnlyFans for showing their feet. You know what I mean? Not that I'm saying, like, go start a feet blog, but what the heck, judgment here. People used to tell me that there was no business aspirations in tarot. Well, here I am, to tell you that you can make anything into your dream, right? So think about what it is that you're naturally good at. Some of you have a hobby that you could really develop into more. Some of you have diligently put yourself or poured yourself into a position where maybe now you're feeling that you've outgrown it for whatever reason. And so it might be that you're looking to add something new to your repertoire or to your resume, Virgo. This might be a good time also to learn new things and to open your mind or open a book. So yeah, lots of interesting messages coming out. I feel like that is what's really being highlighted right now, okay? I feel like some of you, it's just you feel this call to try something new, and you are an earth sign and you do tend to like stability as an earth sign. But Virgos, you're also very naturally curious. You're a natural intellectual sign, okay? Kind of similar to my air signs, the way that you think and overthink things. But you like to be stimulated, right? Sometimes you overstimulate yourself. Be careful about that as well during this time frame. Because I do feel like there's a lot going on energetically here. For instance, you have the card of clinging to the past. And And interestingly enough, abundance, as I was just talking about that, the card of success and the card of playfulness. So for some of you, the key to get what you want when it comes to finances in particular is to do what you want. That sounds so simple, right? To find a way to follow your pleasure. Okay, so basically what this is saying is that the only thing stopping you from getting to whatever it is that you're looking for, okay, whether it be in career or finances, some of you it's in material things, it's about letting go of the past, because there's something that you're clinging onto from the past that is kind of preventing, well, not preventing, but maybe putting a delay in this coming in for you as quickly as it could be. But I feel like there is success here for you, Virgo. There is something on the horizon. And the more you're playful about it, the more you feel inspired and tapped into your creativity, the easier it will flow to you. Okay, some of you are clinging to old belief systems or structures about your ability to succeed that are hindering you. So for example, if you've had failures in the past, or maybe you have not seen the success that you wanted to, it's time to let go of the belief that holds you in that space of feeling that failure. Meaning, let it go, right? Give yourself a little bit of grace. We don't always become successful at our first go. And in fact, almost nobody becomes successful at their first try at anything. Like, I know that there's stories about like, oh, one-hit wonders or people who just make it overnight, but almost none of them have actually made it overnight. A lot of the time they've been plugging at it, they've been working at it, they've been behind the scenes with it, and then they get, you know, what some would consider a lucky break, which is really just alignment, them believing in themselves for a minute, and whoop, off they go, you know, into their stardom. And it's funny because like they're giving me the example of Jelly Roll, you know, the country singer. And that actually, he came up in another reading, and I don't remember whose reading it was. It was the speech he did at the VMAs. Who was that? I can't remember which zodiac sign that was for, but it's like, if you didn't know about him, it would be like, oh, that's an overnight success. No, it's not. No, it's not. I think it was like 25 years in the making, right? Like his whole life. So it's like, don't stunt your own growth just because you didn't have immediate success, or maybe you didn't attain it in your youth. And now, you know, you could be, you know, a bit older. I might have some Virgos who are a bit further along in their life. And it's like, who cares? So what? You have the ability to create something new at any age, at any point in your life. There is no timeline for success. You need to let that idea go and just like, who saw it? So, wow, lots of messages about that coming through. I'm sure you have other things going on though. So let's see what else comes up for you, Virgo. I also want to say, like, I guess this could sound like really silly. I'm trying a new camera angle, by the way. I used to love being up close and personal with you guys. Some people like to see the cards, some people don't, but I don't know. I just thought I'd try something new. I don't know why I brought that up. The other thing I was going to tell you guys, I got my nails done over the weekend, and I've always gotten my nails done. I love having them done, but I never have them long, and I thought, oh, I'll try something new. Can you see them? I'll try long nails. Oh, biggest mistake of my life. I can't stand it. I literally think I'm going to go back and have her cut them. Like, I always see those celebrities with like those really super long nails. And first of all, I'm always like, how are they wiping their butt? I mean, I don't know why that's like my first question in my mind. For those of you that have super, super long nails, you know, like the ones that curve. Just a curiosity question. I believe everybody thinks that. Like, how are you functioning with those nails? So I don't want to go that long. I don't know why I'm telling you this. But I did want it to go slightly long. I can't stand it. It's like I'm handicapped. It's like I can't type. I can't grab onto things. Oh, it's just, it was a good idea, you know, but anyways, that's my short ADD interlude. Let's get back to you, Virgo. Let's get back to you, okay? What does Virgo have coming in for them as we go into the reading? So you have the Ace of Wands here, which I think is really interesting because that is talking about your passions. It's talking about your creative spark, and then it's followed by the Devil. Now, some of you have some pretty bad habits here that need to be looked at, or things that you're habitually doing that may be holding you back from truly feeling as good as you can feel, but also from having success flow to you as easy as it could. So this is a time frame to get spiritual with yourself, to go within. You know, you're represented by the Hermit in tarot, so you understand better than any zodiac sign what it feels like to go within, to introvert, to look at yourself. Now, sometimes y'all be too critical, though, of yourself when you do that. So this is saying, you know, do it in a way that is kind to yourself. Reflect on the things that you like about yourself, right? Don't be so quick to be like, oh, here's what I'm doing wrong, and here's what I'm doing wrong, and here's what I'm doing wrong. No, that's not the purpose of going within. The purpose of going within is to reconnect with the parts of you that's going right. Yeah. We're not doing shadow work. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really reaching within yourself and believing in yourself, Virgo. Being nice to yourself. Telling yourself you can do it. Believing that you are worthy and talented and smart and intelligent, because you are. You are. I don't even need to know you personally to tell you that. You're a freaking Virgo. Virgos are some of the smartest people I know because you understand details, right? You see details that other zodiac signs overlook, and that's your superpower, okay? As part of being born as a Virgo, your attention to detail and that critical eye is your superpower. Use it to your advantage, right? Some of you would make great leaders. Some of you already are leaders, and it's just about honing in on your craft and getting better at what it is that you're doing. So anyways, yes, so it's like, it's time to really get in tune with yourself here, Virgo. And I also heard like bygones be bygones. Some of you are holding on to something again from the past, something that's emotional that may or may not at all be related to your finances, but it's holding you in place, like it's stagnating your energy. And see, I feel like there's a misunderstanding around that as well. People feel like, well, you know, if I want finances and I'm focused positively on finances, but I am thinking negatively about a topic that is completely unrelated, say towards a relationship or the past, then that should not affect my ability to make my finances grow. And I would say, no, not really, because it's all tied together. So you could really, really believe in yourself about your abilities to get things done, but also really, really be hard on yourself, okay, in a different area of your life, or really holding on to something, you know, say in your emotional life, and that could stunt your growth in your finances. Because you're the one choosing your vibration, if that's making sense. So in order to let it flow, you got to let it flow on all topics, and or give your undivided attention to the topic that is most pleasing or easiest to you until you soothe the other topics. I hope this is making sense. I feel like I'm all over the place. Anyways, there may also be communication coming in that provides you a sense of accomplishment, okay? So you might be getting a kudos at work, or you might be getting a good job, or your partner might be complimenting you, etc., etc. Those are some examples, but I feel like it's helping you to like bolster your confidence. It's helping you to feel more validated. Not saying you need validation, but sometimes it is nice to get that recognition from others, okay, to help us feel good about self. So let's see what else we have. You have the Hermit. the Eight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, one more, and the King of Pentacles. So Virgo, this is also taking a look at your inner child, okay, and speaking kindly to yourself. My goodness, I have 2 Virgo children, a Virgo father, and a Virgo fiance. I am surrounded by Virgos. And y'all be the most sweet and sensitive people, but also so critical of yourself, so hard on yourself. Sometimes that sensitivity actually can make you a bit irritable and defensive, okay? So be careful with that, Virgo, that you're keeping a good balance on your emotions. And when you feel yourself getting into that irritable, defensive, or moody space, that's your clue, right? To take a break, to take a time out, to go take a nap, I don't know, chill, eat your favorite food, do something to soothe that irritation before it becomes bigger, because there's a chance that you may allow your irritation to grow into something bigger that really doesn't need to be bigger. You know what I mean? So there's that. Also, this is like, there is an opportunity here that has a lot of growth potential, right? And again, there's some sort of information or conclusion coming through that's going to help put you on solid ground. So I feel like, again, there's that message here about possibilities, endless possibilities is what I heard, coming your way. So let's see what else. What else for Virgo? King of Swords, the Sun. Page of Swords and the Two of Cups. Oh, don't be your own worst enemy. Okay. So there's 2 ways I can read this, Virgo. Some of you, especially if you're a masculine Virgo, you have a tendency to get in your own way. You become too harsh. This is when you're in your dark space, okay? Too harsh. You kill your own happiness, okay? I'm not trying to be hard on you. This is how it's coming out. And you do it because you're overanalyzing something. You're overanalyzing something to death, literally. And it has to deal with something completely unrelated to finances. It has to deal with a relationship or a person. For some of you, it is from the past. For others of you, it's current. And that's really doing a number here. Now, this certainly could apply if you're a female as well. Because it is a general reading, but it could also be feminine Virgos that you're dealing with a masculine who's having difficulty expressing himself, handling his emotions, who maybe, you know, has the tendency to become quite childish, you know, when they're angry, and almost like self-sabotage, okay? Whether it's you doing it or it's someone that's doing it to you, you're still connected to it though. And if it's up to you how you want to allow something to impact you. But the encouragement here, Virgo, is to stay focused. Stay focused, stay driven, and do your best to kind of move away from things that irritate your soul. You know, if a topic, every time you think about it, irritates your soul. If a person, every time you're around them, irritates your soul, place your distance. You don't have to you don't have to show face. Here's exactly what I heard. You don't have to show face to show your value. That's what I heard. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that is what's coming through here. Nor do you have to prove your value to anyone else, right? See, but it's all getting so serious. So that's the thing. It's like, I'm not saying you don't have serious things going on. Some of you more serious than others, but it's like, it's only as serious as you are serious about it. It only grows the more you dwell upon it in a negative way. So where's your power? Your power is in your focus. Your power is in your reaction. Your power is in your emotional control. So if something is irritating you, okay, then you have the power to remove your attention from that subject, from that experience, from that person, whatever it is. And they want you to exercise your power during this time frame. And that's going to help you let go of the past. That's going to allow this opportunity to come through. And yes, so let's see what the guidance is. And then we're going to go into the love reading. You know, I just thought about this. I probably should not have tried a different or new angle with my Virgos. I love y'all so much, but y'all be so picky about the details. And I know I've got a Virgo and you're like, I can't see the cards. Okay, there they are. Let me back up for you. But you know what? Most y'all ain't looking at the cards anyways. Or I get comments about these shelves. You need to turn them the other way so it... whatever. They don't turn the other way, guys. Don't you think I'd have done that by now? I don't know if you can see, but there's actually something in between them that doesn't allow them to fit in the room like that. So anyways, is my new angle irritating you right now? I need you to rewind the reading if that's the case. I'm just messing with y'all. You know I love you. I hope not, but you know what? Now that I think about it, I should not have experimented with you guys. But actually, maybe yes, because you're so good at eye of detail, you probably do have a lot of good suggestions. So, you know. Okay, so this says, by default, I could have attracted unwanted relationships. Many of the relationships or experiences you have attracted, you would not have deliberately attracted if you had been doing it on purpose. But much of your attraction is not done by deliberate intent, but rather by default. It's important to understand that you get what you think about, whether you want it or not. And chronic thoughts about unwanted things invite and ask for a matching experience. The law of attraction must make it so. So this is about becoming a deliberate creator, you know. For a lot of people, they are creating their life by default because they don't understand the power of their focus, the power of their thoughts, and so they let their thoughts run them instead of them running their thoughts, right? A lot of people have what I would call a messy mind. But this is like, okay, well, that's all right, but you can practice this. You can practice by thinking deliberately about what you want and on the things that make you feel good, and watch as the law of attraction brings about a circumstance that is pleasing to you, especially when it comes to money. So let's go into the love part of the reading now and see what else we have coming through. I'll see you in just a second. And welcome back. So Virgo, now we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it's a general read, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let's go ahead and get into it. Ooh, did you guys just see that? I saw that. Did you see that? Did you see that orb that just went across the camera? Okay, I usually don't catch them while I'm recording, but you guys always catch them and you put it in the comments, but I never see them. And then I always think like, well, maybe it was just like a dust bunny or something, but I literally saw that one and I'm telling you that was not a piece of dust. 100% not. What a great omen for this reading. Yay, I love that. Okay, so anyways, Virgo. Let's see what else we have coming through when it comes to love for Virgo, crowning energy for my Virgos. So you have the card of luck and expansion, of open-mindedness, enthusiasm, optimism, okay? It's encouraging you to explore the potentials, okay? Whether that be in a current connection or for my single Virgos, maybe someone you're looking at. So let's see what else is coming through. What is the crowning energy for Virgo? You have the Tower. Person you're connecting to has the inner voice. So this is kind of unstable energy. This is very disruptive, chaotic type of vibe here. And so you may actually be feeling like that, Virgo, just like in general, or possibly there could be instability in the connection, all right? And they're giving me the song Unsteady by the Ambassadors, I'm not sure. This person has the inner voice. So they're being encouraged to listen to their intuition, to listen to their inner voice, to get really in tune with themselves spiritually. So let's see what we have coming through. We're going to look at recent past for my Virgos and see what the recent past energy is. Page of Swords. There's the Devil again. Page of Pentacles. And the Five of Wands. So this is, to me, Virgo, this is talking about it's like seeing the potential in something and then naysaying it at the same time. It's like having this back and forth battle within yourself, right? About what's good for you, what's not good for you. You know, almost hyper analyzing or being hypercritical about something to the point that it lowers your vibration, right? Because you're overstimulated or you've been over thinking something here. I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite energy. There could have been something that you would have been really battling with as well on an emotional level that's coming to the forefront. But let's see this person's recent past. Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords. Ooh, there's the Devil, the Strength card. So I feel like this person, they dream about having more love, more romance, or more romance possibly within this connection. Like, I get a dreamy type of energy here, and yet this person kind of gets in their own way sometimes because they tend to, I was going to say strong-willed, but I actually got the word egotistical. So I'm just going to say it. Like, sometimes this person's ego gets in their way. You know what I mean? Sometimes their strong personality or their strength can actually be their hindrance, okay? So I feel like there's like this, I can do it by myself energy, and I am not needing a partner, but then there's a craving for a partnership, right? So there's a bit of duality in this person's energy. And hold on. It could be that this person is also fighting their own battles, okay, Virgo. I heard lifelong battle. So there's something about like this person overcoming some obstacles, and it seems like it's a lifelong battle. Even if it appears like it just appeared overnight, it's actually been something that's under the surface for quite some time, okay? There's some sort of pattern in this person's life that's showing up, and that's interesting because that showed up in the spiritual reading as well, but for you. You know, we often attract people who have same or similar karmic lessons to learn as us. So you could have had your own fair share of shadows to overcome or obstacles to overcome, you know? So let's go into the now energy and see what is coming through. The Knight of Cups. How you're seeing this person. Nine of Swords. Ten of Wands. One more. Okay, so the first message I got here was like, there's an irritation that somebody stresses too much and that they take on more than they should. And I actually feel it's you kind of being irritated with this person. Like, hey, prioritize me, prioritize our family or our connection or our love or whatever. You know, like feeling like they don't prioritize the way that they should. But it could also be that this person may view that about you, particularly if you're a masculine Virgo, but take it as it resonates. Could be either or. There's something about that here. Now, I feel like it's like you want to love this person, right? So if you know, you love who you love, whatever. You want to love this person, but it stresses you out, you know, or it just feels like a lot of pressure here. Maybe you're stressing about things that aren't even related to the connection, but they're impacting the connection. They're impacting this sense of happiness that I feel like you could have if you weren't going through this. Okay, so some of you feel that like this person's inability to handle their stress, right, or what they have going on is the reason that you aren't happy. But you know, that's so tricky, Virgo, because like your happiness only belongs to you. Right? And anytime we try to shift blame to someone else for our own inability to be happy, no matter how justified we are in it, there is no power in that, because you do not have the power to change another person, only yourself. And that's what makes relationships so tricky. You know, wouldn't relationships be easier if everybody just did as we expected them to do? Like if you would just behave exactly as I need you to, this would be so easy. And as the other person is looking at you, Virgo, thinking the same exact thing. Isn't that funny? You know? Yeah, it would be nice if that's how it worked, but it doesn't often work that way, does it? In fact, it almost never does. So it's like, are you going to hold yourself in a place of misery and wait for everyone else to acquiesce to your desires? Or are you going to figure out a way to move your own self and your own emotions in a way that you can be happy no matter what the other person is doing? Because one of those holds a lot of power and one of those disempowers. And I'll let you take a guess which is which. So let's see where this person's at, what they're seeing you. Virgo, how do they see you? I have another song about money coming in. He works hard for money, so hard for it, honey. Getting all these money messages. Okay, so the Lovers, the Fool. What else? Ooh, the Wheel and the Sun. So I actually feel like this person feels like you are worth, or were worth taking a chance on, okay? So I actually see them viewing the connection in a really positive way. In a way that, like, I feel like this person, it's one of two things. Either they're in a space of feeling completely fulfilled, just like in general, feeling lucky, feeling happy, ready to take some chances, feeling connected. And it's a very positive energy that could rub off on you or rub off on others. Or it could be as specific as, like, this person wants to take a chance with you. They feel lucky to have you. They feel happy to have you in their life. So it's interesting because one of you is seeing the person through these stressful eyes of like, oh, if this person didn't quit doing this and this and this, I could be happy. And then the other person's looking at, viewing the other through the eyes of like, oh, we're good as we are, we're perfect as we are, I love this. You know what I mean? Like one is seeing the perceived faults and one is not. Yeah. So let's go deeper into the emotional space. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Justice card. Nine of Cups. And the Three of Pentacles. So, Virgo, this is you kind of getting your balance back though, getting grounded again, prioritizing feeling good, not letting yourself be bothered by silly things. It's like finding your peace again, and from that space there comes all the supportive energy through that, right? Like when you are being emotionally supportive to yourself, others naturally want to join you in that. They want to be around you, they want to partner with you, they want to help you, right? But in order to attract that, you must first be of service to yourself, you know, by providing yourself that encouragement, by being open in a way that serves you, right? So I actually feel like that's kind of where you're headed, and that's what's coming through for you, is this sense of more harmony coming into the situation, more balance, like catching yourself almost. Some of you, this is just like a temporary blip or a temporary irritation, kind of like what I just had happen. But then it's like, okay, bring yourself back to center in the big picture. You know, is this going to matter in 5 years? Is this something that needs to take me away from my good feeling space? And if the answer is no, then it's about time to recenter yourself, right? So I actually feel the energy shifting inside of you as well as the connection. Let's see this person's space. They have the Magician and the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and Temperance. So see, now this person, they do want to be supportive and they want to grow with you. Some of you want to grow old with you. Okay, that's for a few of you. But at the same time, like sometimes this person feels, okay, I heard a lot of things. Left out, a lack of boundaries, a lack of support maybe from your end. And this kind of drives them to kind of separate themselves or to go more towards their ego or this independent streak, maybe even a rebellious streak that really doesn't serve them. It's kind of coming from their own place of insecurity, Virgo, but it seems to be like a trigger here, because it's like this person wants nothing more than for things to work in their favor, but there's also this feeling of things working against them, or maybe that you work against them in a way. So it's interesting because I just got done saying before the break that this person actually sees you in a positive way, but then if you really dig, and I'm not saying they don't, but if you really dig deeper, they do. Oh, they struggle, but it's more so with their own inadequacies, Virgo. You may feel like it's directed at you, but it's really more to do with this person like beating themselves up. So let's see where this is headed and most likely future outcome. Nine of Pentacles, Three of Cups, King of Wands, and the King of Cups. So Virgo, this is beautiful. This is like you kind of showing up You know what I mean? I heard growing up. Some of you are growing up. We're all growing up. Doesn't matter how old numerically we are. But we're all growing up to some degree, right? Some of you, this is like a glow up, you know? It's like really starting to feel more secure in who you are and what you have to offer, and things coming together. And I feel you actually going into a softer space where you're open to the support of others, or trying to be more supportive of another. And this actually puts you in your power here. And so it's weird because it's almost like the more soft you are, meaning like the more grace you give, right, to self or others or both, the happier you are, but also the more powerful you are, you know? Like, we think power comes through demand and control and force, but that pales in comparison to the power of love. Pales, right? That's why they say love can move mountains, right? Like, there's nothing more powerful than that energy of pure love. And the only thing you need to do to get into that space is to release your resistance. I had this epiphany the other day about pain. And what is pain? What is pain? Like, what does pain actually signify? And since your body is this energetic factory, right, with all of these channels and your chakras here in the middle, energy flow is very important to understand. So love, when you're in the space of love or feeling good or feeling positive, faith, all of those higher level emotions, the energy flows naturally, right? And the body functions as it's intended to. But say, you know, life happens, right? None of us stay in that energy forever, and that's all right. Say you get knocked off your high horse, now you're in the gutter and you're feeling a whirlwind of maybe negative emotion. You'll notice your body hurts a lot because you've literally disconnected yourself from that healing, loving source of energy. And that's all right. You can be disconnected for a little while and not have huge repercussions. Our bodies are built to bounce back, right? Our cells are alive. They are trying to keep us healthy at all times. But say you hold yourself in that negative space for a long period of time, say like with chronic depression and stuff, or chronically thinking negative thoughts, then you could do chronic long-term damage to your body, because pain is nothing more than your body's signal that you're not letting energy flow. And what it really means is that you're not letting the love flow. You are cutting yourself off from either being loving of self or others, or allowing yourself to be loved. It's never more than that. It's never more than that. No matter how complicated your situation is, no matter how many details and ins and outs, it is never more than that simple concept. So, if you want to turn the switch on, right? And you do, because you never feel as good as you do than when the energy flows. Then it's time to open up the love valve. So let's see this person's most likely outcome then. 8 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Yes! I was just very happy with these cards, but then the 7 of Cups came out, so let me see what that's about. Okay, I want to tell you what I felt. Yeah. So it's like, as you turn your love valve on, it provides resolution and a conclusion, and the change in energy on this person's end, whether you're actively verbalizing this or acting on it, matters not. I'm talking about energy flow. You know, you can evoke a reaction or something to happen without doing anything other than changing your energy flow. Think about it. Anyways, it's like once you change your energy, then it opens the floodgates on this person's end. And all of a sudden they want to be more generous. They want to be more open. They feel more connected to you because you feel more connected to you, and things stabilize. Otherwise, I feel like, you know, this person is endlessly trying to figure the situation out, by the way, trying to reach a conclusion and then feeling like, nope, that wasn't it, and then coming back around to it. And it causes them misery, right, when they feel that they cannot figure you out, or when they cannot figure something out. Because I feel like this person really likes to know and understand, and they don't always understand you, Virgo, or your emotions. And also, I feel like sometimes this person is their own worst enemy in the way that they also take things personal, right? But in the big picture, they actually see you through the lens of a very positive thought process. Like, this person definitely feels that you're important, that they're connected to you. There's things that they wish would change or improve about the connection, but it's almost like when you open up your flow, it's like all that goes away. This person then becomes a match to your flow, and then things flow. You know what I mean? Have you ever noticed the ebb and flow in your relationships? What causes that? When you have good times and then you have bad times, it's nothing but energy flowing through you. If you're consistently flowing love in your mind to a person, they must acquiesce to that. But if you're inconsistent, unstable, sometimes loving yourself, sometimes not loving yourself, sometimes seeing what's wrong with that person, you know, or over focusing on what's wrong with you, now you've got a mixed bag, right? And therefore you get mixed results. So sometimes you're getting along really great, things are connected, and sometimes you can't see eye to eye on anything, and it has nothing to do with the other person, and you're thinking it's about the person, but it isn't. It's energy flow. It's energy flow. It's energy flow. And when you can wrap your mind around that, then everything will improve in your life, including this connection. So let's see what the guidance is then, and we'll leave it there. I feel like I've been talking for like ever. The longest reading ever, you know what I mean? So this says, by my attention to things, I am making choices. What people do not understand is that you do not choose something by looking at it and shouting, yes, I would like some of that. You make your choices by your attention to things. In this universe that is based on attraction, when you look at an unwanted thing, your attention to it causes an activation, and then the law of attraction will bring more like it into your experience. So again, this is saying where your attention goes, energy flows. So if you are focused on the unwanted or the unliked aspects of this person, then do not be surprised when you evoke that out of them. Is it that this person is always that way, or is that how you are choosing to see them? Because people will behave how you expect them to. And they don't even know that they're doing it, you know? And you do the same thing if you think about it. Have you ever felt when someone has practiced a negative expectation about you? How do you feel when you're around that person? Does it make you want to be with them more or less? Think of how others make you feel, and then ask yourself if you're doing that to others, and you'll have the key to everything you need to know about how to make a relationship work from there on out. Yeah. So, Virgo, wow, really crazy in-depth, well, not crazy, just super in-depth reading. I hope that this resonated with you guys. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. Let's go there with it. I've got Scorpio, I've got Leo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. That's the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos and content over there. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all of my social media, all of it linked below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends.